I'm so excited. This is season 2 of One Course with JB Smoove. More amazing conversations, more laughs, more food, and even more me. We're gonna talk, we're gonna have a good time as usual. And there you have it, a fully loaded Caesar salad for a new fully loaded season 2 of One Course with JB Smoove, presented by Caesar Sportsnet. Bon appetit. Back at the table on One Course with JB Smoove. You know, when you're doing a show on MSG, you need an MSG legend. You need a man who's synonymous with 3 cities: Louisville, New York City, and Houston. Number 20, Allan Houston. Woo! Oh, what's up, boy? Woo! Look at us, man. Look at this. Half the team here. Look at this. Huh?
We might need you to come off the bench, man.
Come on now, look at me. I could have played back then, man. If I had more discipline, I could have. No, I played football in high school, but
Would you play wide receiver?
play wide receiver.
How'd I guess?
But if I was playing basketball, I would have been the dude you bring in with like 3 minutes left in the game, because I'm gonna beat everybody up, and then I'm gonna use all my fouls up.
Yeah, it's called a run stopper.
The run stopper.
Run stopper.
I would have been a great run stopper.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
It's always good, man, catching up with my dude, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, this is an amazing meal we got here, man,
Yeah.
from one of my favorite restaurants, Cadence, man.
Mhm.
Remember that scene in Life?
Yeah.
Talk about the cornbread.
Right.
You gonna eat your cornbread.
Right.
Well, this right here, you
Mhm.
gonna eat your cornbread. You know what, man? I've always loved, the way you carried yourself, man, on the court, man. You know, there's some guys out there who really, set a standard, man, for, being professional.
First of all, let me just say this, man. It's an honor to be on here, man. I used to, it's just seeing you doing your thing, man. Just watching
man.
you just grow and the impact you've been making, man.
Yeah.
Like we're all, trying to just do something positive, make an impact.
Yeah.
And it is about preparation. When you go on the stage and even doing this, you've prepared for it.
Yeah.
So when you're in that moment, you're not thinking about the performance. You're thinking about it's a result of your preparation.
Yeah.
And I think I got that from my father. I always wanted to be good at anything I did.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be prepared for when I was in that moment. And that's really what we try to tell a lot of young people now. I mean, these kids I got so much going on that the work starts before.
Exactly. Woo! Your dad was the first black coach in the Southeastern Conference at the University of Tennessee. I mean, what was that like? He ever give you like one of those looks while he's coaching you?
By the time I got to college, he didn't really have to give me the look. The look came in practice. But I saw how he handled everything outside of the basketball, how he handled my mother, how he handled my sisters, how he handled being the first black coach and going to Baton Rouge and Oxford, Mississippi and Starkville, Mississippi, and going to all these towns. And I'm watching like, how's he handling this and how he's handling the media and the press. And by the time we got on the court,
it was
do your thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
thing.
Just play.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. I mean, they would ask him about pressure, and he was like, man, pressure is when I was driving, from Kentucky to Tennessee as a young kid, and I couldn't even get in this building.
Yeah.
My grandfather couldn't even walk in this building. And so, I think a lot of it is when you coaching your kid, and on the other side, when I'm watching him, we're looking way beyond the game.
And that's why I really respect what you're doing with Fizzle.
Yeah.
I would love to hear more about that.
I think that was the whole thing why we started. And my dad and I we wanted to take that message, that experience that we had. So we kind of created a platform so that these words and these values and this perspective could be distributed. And I was always into fashion. I was always, look, I wanted to bring these words to life in a different way so young people could say, these words matter and I can receive them, not just be talking to kids. Like, it's really about helping young people understand where these values of faith, integrity, sacrifice, leadership, and legacy can live in their life and how they can impact their life from the inside out.
But you met some amazing people, just along the way.
Yeah.
I know some of your influences, some heroes as a kid. It was Muhammad Ali. What was that like? I mean, I ran into Layla Ali in the mall one time. I was like, little Layla Ali.
Right,
I couldn't imagine meeting Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. So we lived in Grand Avenue in Louisville. We lived 2 doors down from Muhammad Ali, the house that he grew up in. So he would come back, and I have a picture of him holding me when I was 2 years old on my birthday. And just hearing the stories, I think, growing up in Louisville, that's kind of like your model, your standard, right? When I talk to kids now, I don't start off with Knicks. I start off with Muhammad Ali. So come, they don't know me, but they know that name, right?
Muhammad Ali.
But yeah, so I think as you look at one of the greatest humanitarians of all time, not just an athlete, and it inspires me, and I think people from Louisville, to look at your gift as the platform.
So when I was in, I don't know if you've seen this movie I was in called Almost Christmas. You see Almost Christmas?
Yeah.
I played Lonnie McClay, ex-NBA player, played overseas a little bit. I had this one line in the movie I always used. I said, I talked about my shot and the sound that it made when I would shoot that long three. And that was shatow.
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 You can say that in so many different ways, too.
Yeah. Shatow. So what is the sound of an Allan Houston shot that drops through that net and you about to head back up court to play D? I'm going to set the game up.
Okay. Right.
You down 1 point, Allan. You know what? You can shoot it on me. Go and get up.
Okay.
You go and get up. I'm right here. I'm on you.
Okay.
So what is the sound?
It's a splash.
Ooh.
It's a splash. It's a splash. That's it.
So it's like, is it bloosh?
It's a duke. It's a yeah. It's like you throw a basketball in a pool. Imagine throwing a ball in a pool.
Duke.